Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing this product. Now the product itself is called Embellishment Mousse, and I received this from a company called Tonic Studios in the UK. So their website is tonicstudios.co.uk. Now they have all kinds of different art supplies, and one of the ranges is actually the Nuvo line. The Nuvo product range includes all kinds of really cool products that I've just never tried or used before, which I will be reviewing in another video. They sent me a lot of different supplies to test, and I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much, Nuvo, again, or Tonic Studios, once more for sending me your product line. Now the Embellishment Mousse itself is a really interesting product, and so far I've been testing it out and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Now what is Embellishment Mousse? Well, it's actually just a sort of textured cream or a mousse that you can apply to your drawing, to your canvas, to your paper, basically anything. Now the website itself states that you can get two different effects with it. You can get a 3D effect that provides a little bit of texture to your drawing, or you can get a nice soft shimmery finish, and you can apply it in many different ways, which I will show you in a moment with an actual drawing. Now if we take a look at the lilac here, which is one of my favorite colors, you can see how shimmery it is, and you can see that there's actually a lot of product within the actual container. On the website itself, these containers go for about £6, and I'm not so sure how much paint or mousse I will actually be using with drawings, but so far I didn't really need that much because I've been going for the smooth shimmery effect rather than the textured effect. Now let's see exactly how the texture looks like. If I'm to take my finger, you can see you can pick up a lot of the mousse. Now I'm not gonna need this much usually, but you can see how you can really play around with this sort of texturing effects. And it also, if you're applying it on a smooth finish, you can see that it's really nice and shimmery. It's almost like makeup, and it feels really soft, and you can just kind of finger paint almost. Or you can also apply it with a watercolor brush. You can use this with water, so you can actually turn it into a paint-like substance. Or you can just apply it onto your drawing with a spatula. So now we're actually going to be testing this out, and I'm really excited to show you. I have so far just used these colors, the lilac, the green, the blue, and the gold. But I did also receive other kinds, sort of like a yellowish beige. I received a bronze color. I actually received quite a bit of a kind of bronzy colors, different shades of the bronze, and also a silver. Okay, so for this drawing, I'm taking an old sketch that I did a few days ago, and we're going to be adding a gold mousse around it. So we're going to be doing sort of a frame, and this is actually what I want to use this product for. If in the future, or actually in the future, when I draw something or when I paint something in watercolor, I think that this product would really come handy if I want to create some extra details in terms of creating a frame or adding some shimmery effects into the flowers, for example. This is a really cool product to do that. Now, so far I've been using two different ways to apply the mousse. I've been using just a standard watercolor brush, and for those of you guys who are not familiar, the brush itself contains an area where you can apply water into, and you simply need to just squeeze and the water will come out at the tip of the brush. Now this is really good for watercolor, but it actually works really well with the mousse itself. I think that the only challenge is actually cleaning your brush really nicely afterwards, because there will be residue left over in the actual tip. But that's nothing that a paper towel cannot solve. So simply just squeeze a little bit, and I like to just do little circles with it, and also just apply some pressure onto the tip of the brush. Now, I've noticed with this mousse, it will stay on the brush a little bit, and you will need to clean it quite often, or quite nice. So for this purpose itself, I'm using a brush that will only be used for the mousse. I won't be using this brush for watercolor. Another way that I've been adding it is actually using an actual watercolor or a brush itself. This is a brush used for acrylic or oil, so it's kind of like a mixed media brush. And I like to use a fine tip one, so you can see how small the tip is, so I have more control over it, and I can really layer on the texture in a controlled environment or area. So we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna apply the actual mousse. This is a pretty cool gold color. I'm not usually a fan of gold, but I love adding gold frames around some of my drawings, so this will work really nicely. When you dab your brush into it, you will pick up a lot of texture, so it's really up to you how you want to do it. You can dilute this texture with water, or you can just simply apply it onto the paper directly. And what I've noticed is that when you use a watercolor brush to start off with, the paint or the mousse will become very diluted, and it will almost act like watercolor paint, and you will basically need to apply a couple more layers on top afterwards to really kind of build the texture if that's what you're going for. Now if we try the watercolor brush to show you the difference, and basically if we show you here, I just squeeze a little bit gently with the brush so that a little bit of water comes out. Now you will see that it picks it up like paint, which looks really cool. And you simply just apply it onto the paper, and you'll see that the color is much less intense, so it's a little bit, of course, watered down. And now what I basically do is I wait for it to dry, and then I will apply a second layer. So you can see the difference. There's like a watered down version of it, which is less intense in color, and then with the dry brush it's just kind of a textured intense color. I don't know how else to say it. It's more intense in color because there's no water to dilute it, but you can see that there's a little bit of texture as well here, and here it's much more soft. So it's really up to you what kind of look you're going for. But actually, I prefer the water brush just because of the way that it looks like. Now what you can also do is combine both brushes together, the wet brush and the dry brush. So I've added the watercolor brush around, and afterwards you can apply more texture with the actual dry brush. I also like to use the mousse for tiny details in the actual drawing itself. So in this case, I would use it for maybe the eye makeup on the actual fawn character, maybe a little bit in the ears just to give a little bit of a shimmery effect, or even in the hair. Now it's really up to you what you want to do, but I like to use it to enhance the drawing. Now what this will do is actually create a little bit of a texture, of course, in the actual drawing, and it makes it look much more like a painting in itself. So it's actually really cool what you can achieve with it. Another way of applying the mousse is actually with this sort of paint spatula. So this is what I use for my oil paints, but you can also apply it for the actual texture. If we just take like that, you can see how creamy and smooth it is when you apply it onto the paper, and it looks really cool. I think that the drying times, I'm not actually 100% sure how fast it dries, but when I layer a little bit of a color like here, this takes maybe a few minutes to dry, not even. It's really, really quick. And in this case, I think it would take much longer because you're applying a lot more of the mousse. We can also try it with a different color. So you can really see the shimmering effect here, which looks really, really nice, and you can also see how textured you can get it. Now in terms of the actual odor, so some of you guys are probably asking, like, does it smell strong? It actually does not smell strong. It pretty much just smells a little bit like paint, but not the overpowering smell of paint sometimes, like oil paint. It just smells like kind of a soft acrylic paint. I'm really impressed with this product, and I would definitely give you guys a positive kind of feedback in terms of giving it a try and really having fun with it, because I can really see how I can use this for my actual drawings themselves and how versatile the product is and what you can really do to enhance your actual drawings. So a big shout out to Tonic Studios once more for shipping me the giant box of art supplies. I'm so excited to try them all. If you guys want to check out their company information, you can find it down below in the video description. Once again, don't forget to apply to my giveaway. There are only, I think, 5 more days, guys. I think there's only 5 more days to enter the giveaway. I have a giveaway on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So check out my giveaway video. And apart from that, I wish you guys a lovely Sunday day. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!